So here we go, my people. Welcome to another episode of the Gunman Insta Live. Tonight we are going absolutely crazy and giving you guys an unbelievable treat. We have on the lush, sexy ring girl, Amy Holden, one of the elite ring girls in the game. Today, entertaining fight fans across the UK boxing scene. What is it like to be a ring girl? How does she get into it? Is there a secret to the tricks of the trade? Let's make sure you guys get your questions in. Let's ask this lovely lady some questions. Let's find out what it's like for her, how she got into it, and what her plans are for the future. Gunman Insta Live. Let's get Amy right on here now. Bear with me. Yes. Amy Holden.
Hello.
How are you?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you. Yourself?
Listen, you are the best looking person I've had on this Insta Live. It's about time I had someone who looks as good as me. I've been using. Thank you for coming on.
You cut out there, sorry.
I said it's about time I've had someone come on who looks as good as me. Thank you for coming on.
Oh, bless you. No, thank you for having me.
Yeah, brilliant. Listen, thank you. Welcome to the Gunman Insta Live. For anyone that does not know, this is Amy Holden. She is an elite, top-level ring girl. She is a lush, elegant, blonde bombshell of a ring girl. And we're here to find out how she got into the game, what her plans are for the future, and what are the tricks of the trade of the ring girl game. So what the fight fans really want to know, Amy, the first question that on everybody's lips, are you single?
Yeah.
You have to be, don't you, in this game?
Well, you'd be surprised. A lot of the girls I work with, they tend to be in relationships. When I first started, I was in a relationship.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I mean, I think it definitely helps being single.
Yeah, absolutely. You can get into the role probably a little bit more. Listen, how did you get into being a ring girl?
So, truth be told to you, boxing I've always watched, and my family have always watched boxing. But I didn't grow up thinking, I'm going to be a ring girl when I get older. I didn't think that. I'd always I went down the performing arts route. Cut a long story short, I then met somebody who was a boxer, he's still a boxer. And I was with him for about 4 years. So that being said, I used to go to the shows, I used to go to training camps. Honestly, if you name it, I would go, and I absolutely fell in love with it. I then was sat next to his promoter at the time, which was Lee Eaton. You must know Lee Eaton.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was sat with Lee Eaton, and I saw the girls walking around an NTK, and I was like, how do you get into doing that? Like, what do you do? And he was like, you could do it. And I was like, no, I couldn't. And he was like, you absolutely could. And he was like, but I can't put you forward. I've got to put you in touch with the company that I use and basically apply and see if they take you on. So I thought, all right, run it by my boyfriend at the time. And he was like, yeah, why not?
He was all right with it, was he?
Yeah, he was fine with it. I mean, realistically, where he was involved in it so heavily with boxing, he knew the crack. I think there's a big stigma that comes with being a ring girl. Him being a boxer, he knew it really ain't what people think.
Yeah.
So he was fine.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a big stigma. We'll come on to that actually. But how long have you been ring girling for now?
I started in April 2022.
2020. Okay, so fairly recently. And how many shows would you say you've done, just roughly?
So many.
Hundreds?
Really.
Hundreds?
Yeah.
Yeah, really.
Definitely. I mean, shell went down, and I done in 1 year something like 60. So
wow, like every week,
yeah.
like sometimes 2 a week.
Yeah, sometimes 3.
Wow, wow,
Mm-hmm.
wow, that's brilliant. That's great to hear. So were you nervous the first time you did it?
Yeah, no. I only did like the white collar shows. Obviously, you sort of have to learn your stripes and go up the pecking order as such. There was no way I was going to join the company. And they were going to go right straight on. And I did ask the manager, I was like, how do you get onto the pro shows? Like, what do I have to do? And she was like, it's more a case of post more on your Instagram, make yourself more apparent, and then promoters will come to me and they will say, that, you know, like, that's what you want. And I was like, okay, fine. So that's what I did. And I thought, do you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to work so much, I'm going to get so much content, I'm going to bore everyone stiff with my Instagram posts that I get noticed, and needless to say, it started to pay off, and now here we are.
Yeah, no, listen, it's the same for boxers as well. You know, a lot. I think I sponsor about 17 fighters. I think I manage about 8 fighters, and all of them I tell, get posting, get out there, get training videos up, get noticed, showboat if you have to, get knockouts. You know, you've got to stand out, otherwise you're just another number.
Absolutely. And even some of the guys that I talk to in the boxing, and I've got them on Instagram and stuff, I'll say to them in person whenever I see them, I go, you haven't posted enough. You ain't posting enough. And they're like, oh, no. And I'm like, you've got to do it. Like, even if you even there are times where I think, oh my God, you must look at my Instagram and think, oh, she's so like, this is boring, I don't care. But I'm doing it for myself.
Yeah.
I'm not going, like, oh, you have to look at another picture of me in the room. Go on.
I'm sure no one minds. I'm sure no one minds at all. Listen, you're doing superbly, and it's great to see. And it's one of the reasons why I wanted to get you on here. So you're now doing shows like TM14 and Nielsen's, and the last big, massive Promoters Collide show. What other shows are you? Well, I know you've done like over 100, like 60 in a year. You said, but what other big shows are you on now?
October is a really, really busy month. I mean, I think for boxing in general, it picks back up sort of September, October-wise, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I know for a fact that eventually, in October, I will be at Box Nation, which is going to be a very big show.
Yeah.
Box Nation's back on. They disappeared for a little bit, but they're back, and here we are.
Yeah. Are you on Ring Kings? I think I'm on Ring Kings.
Yeah.
On the 5th of October.
Exactly. I'm there on the 5th. I'm Nielsen's and TM14 at York Hall on the 28th of September. And this weekend, I've got the DAZN show at Top Tier with Top Tier at the Brentwood Centre. So
oh, yeah.
I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, you are busy. Listen, in a world of equality, discrimination, and diversity in recruitment in most fields, it's fair to say in the ring girl industry that you have to fit a certain criteria. Is that not right? Like, what kind of things have you seen when applying for jobs? Will you get things like, oh, your boobs are too small, oh, you haven't got enough tan, or unfortunately it's pretty cutthroat, isn't it?
It can be, yeah. So it's got better. I think if you looked at boxing ring girls maybe 20 years ago, they'd be wearing a lot more. And even in America, it's still quite revealing, the clothes they have to wear. I mean, needless to say, I can't say that my clothes aren't revealing, but they used to be more like sort of bikinis and a lot more on show. Nowadays, it's sort of, you can wear, it's more like trainers or heels with like a sports bra and shorts. Like, those sort of things calm down, and beauty standards, it isn't as you have to look a certain way and your boots have to be a certain size. Certain agencies look for certain types of girls. Certain promotions look for certain types. So, like, you've got BKB and BYB, which for people who don't know, that's the bare knuckle side of things. They like, I would say, curvier girls with big bums, And I have done those shows, but do I necessarily, do the fans probably think I'm drop dead? Maybe not, because I do know that they tend to go for that sort of look. And then you have other shows, Matchroom, they like a taller girl, they like a girl who's around 5'10", you know, that towers above everyone. Everyone's level. So you've got certain promotions that go for certain things, and sometimes, as much as it's annoying, I mean, I want to go on Matchroom and I want Eddie Hearn to notice me. Will he? Probably not, because I'm not someone that he would, or has. If you look at all his ring girls in the past, they all have a certain look and they all tend to be 6 foot.
Is there a lot of competition amongst the girls?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it must be pretty harsh, and I'd imagine.
No, it is. So with I would say there's 2 leading ring girl companies in the UK. So this could probably come and bite me on the arse from other ring girl companies. And I'll be like, why did you say that? But there are, I would say it's us and then another company called Memo. Memo Management tend to give the girls for Frank Warren and Matchroom, and I work for Ball Babes. Ball Babes tends to do a lot of the small hall shows, which, to be honest, they do more or less all the small hall shows. I can't actually really name any of the small hall shows that Memo run, but they do modelling. But it can be a little bit of a kick in the teeth, and there is always going to be competition. Jobs that Memo can snatch off of us, they will, and vice versa. And even within Ball Babes, we, you know, all the girls, we all put ourselves forward for stuff. We will all, you know, Shell, who's our manager, will write in that and say, look, we've got a promoter, this is what he wants, and he wants 3 girls. And we all say, like, we're available, can you put us forwards? And she will then send a photo of us to the promotion, and then that promoter will then pick based on our photo. We just have to take it on the chin if the promoter just doesn't want me and they want my 2 mates. It is what it is, but it can be annoying if you really, really want to do a show, you know, you look at it and you think, that's what we really want to do.
Yeah.
And then you look at it and you think, oh, God's sake.
Yeah.
Part of it.
Yeah, rejections are part and parcel of it, you know, with modelling, acting, ring girls. It's something you have to be quite thick-skinned about, would you say?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I would absolutely say so. And it can be, you do think you're doing really well, and then you will get a promoter that just doesn't want you. And you just think to yourself, why? But okay, fine, I'm just going to wear that.
Listen, is there an art into the way that you entertain and enhance the shows? So, from the naked eye, is there an art to looking into the way that you guys have to entertain and enhance the shows? Is there an art and a skill to it? You know, the way you position yourself. You know, you see how a girl sort of leans her leg up or whatever. How you hold the board. I'm not sure I'm explaining it quite well, but you know, is there an art form to the girls that are better than the others?
I would say so. Needless to say, if I'm ever on a show and I've got a new girl, and sometimes you can tell they're new, I like to try and not like shape them, but they just need a little bit of guidance, because I guarantee when I started, I was walking around a white collar ring. Do you know what? You can even pay me to probably watch a video of me my first ring walk, because I bet it was shocking.
Yeah.
You know, over time you learn the way you like to do things and what fits best. Because also when you hit each corner,
So you've frozen up. You've frozen up as well now. So as you hit each corner,
as you hit each side of the ring, then you've obviously got cameras and you've like filming you, and you've also got photographers. And sometimes the positioning that you think looks right, you get your footage back and it just doesn't look right. So
right.
And this has only come with time, that what I need to change, or when the angle's a bit higher, where I need to look and things like that.
Yeah.
And that time, that isn't something that just comes, like, I would say,
at
a drop of a hat. So,
yeah, it's incredible. When you blow a kiss out the ring, are you actually looking at anyone in particular, or are you just splatting that across anyone?
Believe it or not, we get guys, and it's actually nice. Like, there is nothing worse than getting in a ring and everyone's silent. It's like they don't want you there.
Yeah.
And you just walk around and you think, oh my God, this is horrendous. And then all it does is take one person to stand up and whistle, or they blow you a kiss, and then you sort of big smile come all over my face, big smile over my face, and a bit more. You can play on it.
Yeah.
You're just walking around and nobody's shouting, no one's doing anything, and it's a bit like,
yeah,
you feel like that.
Yeah, you feel like you're not getting the crowd going.
Yeah, but if you've got people shouting and as long as they're saying nice things, shouting and they're waving at you, it's good. It's really good. It's really good fun. You get out and buzzing.
I suppose we have to touch on briefly the horrible part of the game. Like I know you girls. I'm on commentary quite a lot, and I do a lot of post-fight interviews, which you've seen me on same show with you. And I've seen the girls freezing cold. You hardly got any. I've seen the girls hungry, cold, and guys hitting on you, and So tell us about some of the worst parts of the game. What have you had that you like experiences that you had that's not so glamorous?
Oh my God! So where do I
start? Brilliant.
We look all done up, don't we? But little do they know, chances are, the promoters, all they want to do is make sure the fighters are right, all their boxes are ticked, everything's turning. We will sometimes turn up and be like, oh, where are we getting changed? And they're like, the toilet. I'm like, no. So we go to the toilet with everyone else.
Yeah.
We get in there, it's sweating, so you've come out and you're already sweating, and you sit down. Your hall gets absolutely packed. I mean, it's great when it's packed. The atmosphere's unreal.
Yeah.
But it gets hot, and it gets so hot, and you've got people leaning over you, trying to talk to you, or they're tapping you, going, how are you complaining you're hot? You've got no clothes on. Or it can sometimes be the reverse. I've been in your hall before, and it's freezing. It was so cold, and I was shaking from literally head to toe.
Yeah.
There was nothing that I could do to warm up, and then I could feel as I was walking around, my hands, my legs shaking. I was freezing, absolutely freezing. What else has happened? Sometimes you get a lot of drunk people.
Loads of drunk people.
I'm always very polite. I mean, I have had some really questionable experiences. I'm always really, really polite because realistically, as long as they're not doing anything, they're not harming me. You don't need to be. I don't know if I can say this bit at all. You don't have to be.
You can say it. You can say it.
You can chat to people, and also you should sort of remember, people are interested, in you. Just because I sit there and think, oh, I'm doing this is a job.
Yeah.
There's a here that look at me and go, oh, they don't know anything about me. They don't. So they are going to want to talk to me. They are going to want to ask questions. They are going to want to know who I've met and what I think about this fight. And it's nice, really.
Yeah. What about sweaty boxers all grabbing you after the? That must be horrible, though.
You sort of have to grin and bear it because you can't get in there and put a face.
Yeah, you're like some guy, sweaty, hairy guy, and he's bloodied and stuff, and he's putting his arm around you after his victory, and you're like, I'm even sometimes like that when I'm interviewing people. We put our arms around each other as we're interviewing, and I'm like, oh God, this guy's sweating on me.
If they've all leant on the ring and someone's nose has gone, there is blood everywhere. Got to get in and out without getting blood all over you, and it never works. The amount of times I've come out and I thought I have, and then I look at my arms and I've got someone's blood down me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, this is lovely, particularly in the bare knuckle boxing.
Oh yeah.
Sit so much further away from the ring than you would even in normal boxing because they are bare knuckles.
Always claret.
Explosive. It just goes and it just shoots everywhere. And we just have to sit so far away. Sometimes I'm leaning forward to see what's going on, but I'm grateful. But yeah, you get angry fans as well. I've been at a venue before where one side thought that they should have won. Standard. It's like everyone in boxing forgets that someone has to win. But anyway, so their whole family and everything else that went with them went off, and they were throwing things. And it was actually scary. It was awful.
Was that the event I was with you at? Can you remember? I don't want to name any names, but there was loads of bottles. There's a few bottles thrown.
Oh my God, no! That was another one. When they threw a false bottle and it nearly hit me by like.
Oh, I've been. It's not just that show. I mean, I've been to a few shows where bottles have been thrown in the ring. I've been in the middle on the mic, and I'm just seeing blackness and darkness, and then just bottles just coming through the air, and I'm just like, oh my word, you know.
I've been before in a show where someone has. So obviously they check you, don't they, when they go into boxing. So most people don't have anything on them. So one guy decided to take his Alexander McQueen off. You know, those big trainers. If anyone watching this don't know what they are, please look them up. They weigh about 6 stone.
Yeah.
Took the trainer off. And then I point out about 300 quid. I mean, who just does that? But
yeah, who does that?
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They threw it, and it nearly hit me in the ring. Honestly, it skinned me, and I was like, if that had hit me, that would have knocked me clean out. Like,
yeah, it's dangerous, isn't it? It's absolutely dangerous.
Rugby tackled in, and they didn't give his shoe back, so they were like, "Hope you happy with yourself, mate."
Wow. Listen, anyone on the live, make sure you're following Amy. You have to follow her. She's one of the best ring girls in the game. Make sure you're following Gunman. We've got some really good interviews coming up. It's been an absolute pleasure to have you on. Can we get some questions from people into the chat? If you've got any questions for her, I'd like to just quickly read a couple of the fan questions that we've seen. One girl has asked, she asked a really good question. How long is the career of a ring girl?
Oh, that is a really good question. I would say, I mean, everybody's got their own views on it. I would say, providing you are in shape and you still look the part, I would say you can still go for it. But I would say if you've got kids, well, maybe me personally, if I fell pregnant and I've got kids and maybe 35 plus, I probably would stop. But I don't know.
Does kids determine a lot with ring girls? Like once you get pregnant, you might lose a bit of shape and they quit, or because of the commitments with.
Everybody, there's a couple of girls that are within my agency. They have kids, or they had kids quite young, so their body sort of bounced back. But you know, I don't think when I'm past 30, if I have kids, if I'll still be doing this. You know, I think you don't really have the time either. It takes up your whole weekends. I don't know. Don't hold me to that. Haven't got a crystal ball.
We've got Tim Bowditch here. Yes, Gunman. At last, you've got someone on here that is decent. We've got Erin Woodhurst, the best ring girl about. Let's talk about your agency then. So you own the agency?
No. So a lady called Shell, her name's Cheryl.
Right.
Shell runs the agency.
Yeah.
And she was a ring girl back years and years ago herself. And she met a lot of boxers growing up, very similar to me, just went into boxing. She initially worked for an agency. She then worked her way up, and now she runs Ball Babes, and she started that a good years ago and has built herself up. So yeah.
So if you're a promoter watching this interview, or as I've seen, there are promotions that were in this chat. How did we book you? How did they book you? Did they just go to Ball Babes online, get a plug in?
Yes, you can Instagram message Ball Babes, or you can always just contact me. I run everything by Chanel anyway. She's very good in the sense of, as long as you run it by her and you're promoting her agency, you know, as well, I'm wearing her uniform. It's all good, yeah. Yeah.
Is it only ring girl work, or will you do, like, I don't know, weigh-ins, photo shoots, press conferences? I don't know. Is there anything I'm missing?
No, I do all of that. I have done weigh-ins before. Yeah, I've done shoots before. I've even been on a rally in July where I was a rally girl for 5 days throughout Switzerland and Italy. What rally is? It's like all race cars that sort of like race each other, and yeah, I got to be there and be a promo girl and wear all the branding and
brilliant.
So yeah, Want to take me on a rally? Can take me. Has to be for a company though, not just in the car.
So we've got Websy1 saying I've had bull babes for 10 years. So you guys are experienced. So listen, couple of quick fire questions before I let you get on with your evening. Who is your favorite fighter currently at the moment in the pro ranks?
Ooh.
And I'm not talking about looks. Well, it can be looks. Let's go for looks. Who looks the best?
No, I can't do that. I'll get death warrants in the post.
Who's your favourite fighter then? Could be looks or skills then. I'll give you a little bit of leeway.
You know what? And you're going to go, how cliche, but I do love Fury. I think, how can you not love Tyson Fury?
Yeah, he's fun. Yeah, he's fun.
I'm going to go, not cliche, a little bit, jazz it up a little bit. You know what? I respect all of them. I think it's unbelievable, and it's something I would never ever be able to do. But he's a good friend of mine. His family are good friends of mine. So I'm going to say Johnny Fisher. I think he's a cracking lad and a good fighter.
Yeah, he's good fun. He's good fun. Actually, that was going to be my next question. Misfits come calling tomorrow. They jump into your DMs. Miss Holden, do you want to fight? Here's 20K. You got to be fighting this girl. Fancy it? Are you not jumping in there?
Potentially. So many people say this to me, and they go to me, I reckon you'd be really good. I don't know why they say that. I've got no boxing experience. And I can't lie to you, Misfits did ask me that. I would be absolutely crapping my pants. I would be so scared.
Would you do it? Would you have a fight?
I'd give it a go.
Yeah.
Rapping and blonde.
Good on you. I love that. That's good. Great though. Yeah, I'd love to see, because earlier you said, I don't know if I'd fight, but now you're actually like, oh yeah, give it. Got to try it.
Watch, we'll get off this call and I'll get a message and be like, However, if Misfits want me to be a ring girl,
now you're talking.
I'll do backflips.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, it won't be long before you're hitting like all the shows. So I've seen you at work, and you're very good at what you do. So has blood ever hit you full on? You've been sitting ringside. Have you ever been like? Can you tell us some funny experiences? Have you had any blood hit you? Have you gone up and put the wrong round up? Can you tell us some funny experiences?
You name it, I've done it. I'm not going to sit here and say, like, you don't make any mistakes. Literally all of us have made mistakes.
Yeah.
That's the fun of all that. It will say the fun of it. Like, I've gone up before and I've had a tie up, like, heel, and it's got laced up my leg, like, not up my leg, like, around my ankle. And that's just completely come undone. So then when it just come off. Oh,
so it's like your heel, your foot just
due in the ring, and I just was like, I held the card up. So I wrongly assumed that there's, you hold up round 3 and it has round 3 on this side, round 3 on that side. No, it's like blank on the back and just through in the front, and I just held the blank card
up. That's good.
That ringside before, when someone got like knocked out, and as they got knocked out, their ankle snapped, and you could see the bone literally poking out the side of their leg. I drove to my face. I had to go and take a 10-minute breather. It was honestly
really
horrendous. Yeah, it was awful. What else has happened to me? I've had a drunk man before, like, run round the ring in every part that I was standing on, telling me he loved me. He then was crawling on the floor to get through security's legs. And I was like, I wanted to come up beside me, like, crawling. He's a fully grown man, and I know if one of the girls that I work with, I think she's watching this, she'll know exactly what I'm talking about. And he sat next to me on the floor, because he'd now crawled through security. So then his way of not getting noticed was to just sit on the floor, cross-legged next to me.
Yeah.
And weird.
Guys get hammered at the boxing. Honestly, I've seen guys get so hammered they're getting thrown out before the main event. You think you paid for your money to come here, and you've not even made it to the main fight, like, because you're all over the gaff, But I think we've all been there.
I worked ringside. I wasn't in the ring. ring, guttingly, but I was able to be ringside for Tyson Fury's December fight against Chisora.
Yeah. I
mean, that was a cold night to be working outside. I honestly thought I had frostbite. Some guy felt so sorry for me that he went and bought me a cup of tea. Because he was like, "You look so cold." I was like, "I am." So he went and bought me a cup of tea, brought it back, and I'm holding it. And because I had to go and do something, I put it on the floor for a second. When I've come back, I've noticed there's water, loads and loads of water. And I was thinking, where is this coming from? And I could see it dripping. So then I grabbed one of like the Warrens, like Alfie Warren, the security team. And I was like, "There's water everywhere. I'm just concerned where this water's coming from because there's a lot and it's going to run into the speaker." And we're both looking around. It was a guy doing a wee ringside at Tyson Fury in my cup of tea.
Oh, that is absolute gold. Did he get?
I was like, and then all the security come and I kicked him out. And he was like, so he paid all that money to sit ringside just to do a wee in my cup of tea and then get escorted out.
That is absolutely gold. That is absolutely gold. He just had his old boy out in your cup of tea.
It's freezing cold, man. My first cup of tea, the whole evening, ruined. Imagine if I hadn't caught it.
Yeah, oh mate, imagine if you missed it.
I was back over there. Ooh, cup of tea.
Yeah, I need that. That's unbelievable. Oh mate, that's a cracking story. That is an absolute cracking story. Listen, what that is like so piss tea taker. That's a piss taker. A piss tea taker, I think it means. Yeah, that's a story. That is an absolute story. Yeah, you'd think like you get bothered by the guys like harassing you when they're drunk. But yeah, you never hear about someone absolutely doing a slash in your cuppa, in your Earl Grey, to putting some urine in there. It's not a good look at all. Listen, what would be your advice if you're a young girl looking to get into the game? What would be your advice to someone who's just getting started in the ring girl game?
Work hard. I mean, none of the girls that I work with, none of us just went into being in the pro shows like just given to you. You do have to work hard, and in order, I also think the way you speak and the way you are within people within the boxing industry, it does go a really long way. So if you're new and you're starting, I would say take every opportunity come to you, whether it's white ring, white. I can't talk.
Start again. Pause. Start again. Rewind.
White collar boxing. You name it.
Yeah.
Build up your pictures, content, and also talk to people.
Yeah.
You don't know who is watching you. You don't know who. If you're new, you don't know anyone. You're a bit like a tit in a trance. You're sort of there like, "Oh, hi everyone." You don't know who's watching. You don't know who's looking for models. You don't know who's looking to start their promotion. Another tip I always say is to always talk to the fighters and engage with them. Because what people forget is these fighters, they retire at some point in their lives. They then will go on to make their own promotions. They will then go on to make their own brand deals. Look at Collins. They've now made Collins Boxing. They've now also made the glass, the beer. If you speak to these people, they won't think of you. They make their own promotions and make their own brands and do think of you, and they think, I think as much exposure as possible.
And don't burn bridges.
No.
Don't burn bridges, because you never know who's going to be opening up a promotion soon, and things change quickly in the landscape of boxing. It's unbelievable.
All the time, and you're not there long enough, especially being a ring girl. It's one night every weekend for 4 or 5 hours. You don't have to, just be polite. You don't have to burn bridges. And people do remember you if you do.
Yeah, absolutely.
seems like a big world, but once you're in it, and as you know, everyone knows everyone, and news spreads like wildfire. So
yeah, it's a small world. I really listen. Thank you so much for coming on. You've been an absolute pleasure to have on my live. Normally, I've got people with their nose splattered across their faces, but you've made my live look good. You've brightened up the live tonight. You've brightened up everyone's lives by being on here. We really appreciate you. Hopefully we'll be doing more shows together as well, because that means we're both going in the right direction. So hopefully, you know, I'm going to see you more often, and then that usually means that we're getting more bookings. Yeah, listen, thank you very much for coming on. Much appreciated. And listen, have a fantastic evening. We hope to see you soon. As I said, make sure everyone's following Amy Holden, and make sure you guys get in touch with Brawl Babes. They are one of the leading agencies in the game, in the fight game. Okay, so have a good evening, my people. And thanks a lot, Amy, for coming on. Appreciate you.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
Yeah, take care.
See you later.
Bye-bye. Now, that was an absolute fitty. Make sure you follow that girl.